It's time for the rundown. Tune in as Amelia and Lori share their must-dos in some of their favorite cities, amuse you with their guilty pleasures, share the unsung promo hero of the week, and help decipher all those impossible text acronyms.
Hello and welcome to episode 38 of The Rundown. I'm Amelia Madl, one of your hosts from PROMOCORNER, and joining me as always is the Miss Lovely Lori Bolton of the Magnet Group. How you doing, Lori?
I'm good, Amelia. I'm a little, what do I want to say? I'm not as mobile right now.
I thought we should do the 1 to 10 scale like they do at the doctor. So Lori will get into her stuff, but Lori, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much pain are you in?
Probably like an 8 right now, 8, perhaps 9.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how medicated are you?
Right now, probably 2.
Oh, low medication then. Okay.
Yeah, because I've got to be like functioning during the day. But if you would have asked me last week, that number probably would have been more like
you wouldn't have known numbers.
No,
you're like what?
Exactly. Like
So tell everybody. I know, but what are we talking about? Tell everybody what's been going on with you.
So I finally had my knee surgery and my right knee, which is my dominant side. And it just needed to happen. I have a torn meniscus, I have arthritis, and I was walking a couple weeks ago when my niece was in town. I had the dog on an early morning walk, and my whole right leg is numb, and that's because of my back, which that surgery is scheduled for August, the end of August. I'll be in Scottsdale for like 3 days in the hospital, but they wanted to get the knee fixed first. So I had 2 good legs. Anyhow, I tripped, my knee totally locked up on me and I went flying in the highway. Dog got away from me. Thank goodness she came back. And thank goodness it was at 6 o'clock in the morning, because we both would have been hurt, if not killed. So I just had to do it. So surgery was last week, and within 18 hours of surgery, I was in physical therapy. And first day was great because I still had the nerve block and meds from what they put in my IV. So I was like, yeah, this is great. Fixed dinner that night, the following day, and then everything wore off. I'm like, ooh, this hurts. This hurts. But I've got cute little compression socks that I need to wear when I fly or drive. So I'm trying to rock those. But I showed up for PT the day after surgery, like literally looking like Sporty Spice with some cute little pink shorts on, my knee-high compression socks, a little workout tank. And I'm sure the entire team at this physical therapy was like, where did we get her from? Where did she come from?
Now, with your SHA, can you use those funds to buy one of those really kick-ass massage chairs that have like the leg things that like compress and massage your legs? Could you think you could get that approved?
Oh my gosh, yes, because my doctors all have been like amazing. I probably could. Yeah. They had one of those on my leg for surgery, like the left leg, to like move for blood clots. And they keep saying, because of your age. What does that have to do with anything?
Bite your tongue.
Bite your tongue. I'm 35. Dang it.
They did the same when I had my C-section with my son. They put the compression socks on your legs because you're numb from basically your rib cage down. So they want to make sure that the blood is flowing.
So crazy. So yeah, I get my sutures out, and it looks like I've got four poke holes where they went in. It's just always interesting. It's been a long time since I've been in the hospital to have a procedure, probably since my back surgery in 2018, but there's a lot of babies. I mean, a guy next to me was like screaming just to get the IV in. I'm like, please stop plugging my ears. Like, I don't want to hear you. I looked at the nurse. I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. Headphones, please.
Yeah. Exactly. So anyhow, I'm recovering. I'm doing my little walks around the block. And today they put me on a bike for 10 minutes.
Oh.
So I was very happy about that. You need to get everything moving, so I'm recovering.
Well, good. I'm glad you're feeling better. I have no medical procedures right now. So
good.
I will stay out other than just a quick dentist appointment. Hopefully they won't numb me and scar me for life like your dentist did.
I know. I've had the worst luck, Amelia.
I know. I'm just going to stay far, far away from you. We'll just I don't want your bad juju to like rub off on me or anything.
It's crazy. I don't know what happened. At least with dental, stay away from me.
Oh, well, shoot. Well, things are starting to actually calm down here. So
good.
Sports are done.
Good.
No more sports other than cheer, which runs year round and new cheer comes up. School is out. Graduation has happened here. Like,
Gosh.
we're full on summer mode.
I love that. This year has gone so fast.
You know, we'll have to do a scale of 1 to 10. How likely are my children to survive the summer at our next recording, after they've been home for a while. So
I love it.
We'll see. That's the biggest thing, but
the children are you. Like, who's going to survive? That's where
I will always survive because
Yeah.
I'm the smartest. Like it's like fight or flight.
Yes.
I will survive them. They might wish.
Not sure.
They might run away from home. I don't know. So Lori, we have some new Live-In with Lori's. Do you have a good tip?
I have
Our food
yes.
20 times was the last one.
And you know what? I have been really thoughtful about that exercise. Like, really thoughtful. And yes, before I sit down, I have to remind myself. But we talked about chewing your food 20 times. Your digestion starts with the enzymes in our mouth. It starts when you put the food in your mouth, right? So I'm going to give you a couple little factoids that are kind of fun, and then kind of like a Living with Lori. So a factoid for you, your small intestine can be up to 20 feet long.
I knew that.
Small intestine, 20 feet long. So take even, the ceiling in most people's houses is what, 8 to 10 feet?
Mm-hmm.
Like double that. That's so big. Like huge.
So it's like I say I'm 5'10", but when I went to the doctor, I've shrank since my youth. So I'm 5'9". So it would be like 2.5 of me. Stack me on top of myself, cut me off. Yeah.
Is that crazy?
That is crazy.
So, and then another little factoid that's going to tie into, there are more nerve cells in our gut than in our brain. There are more nerve cells in our gut than in our brain. And this goes back to many podcasts before when, people say, well, go with your gut. What's your gut telling you? Mm-hmm. It's all tied together, which I think is, I think it's fascinating because when you are in your fight or flight and your cortisol remains at a high level, there's permanent damage that can be done to your body. But with the brain gut, one thing that I learned, so I am guilty of this. So when your doctor prescribes antibiotics to you, mm-hmm. do you always finish a prescription, or sometimes you just say like, I'm done. I feel good.
I 95% of the time finish them.
Good. So, and I can preface this by saying I'm not a doctor, but I am a certified health and wellness coach.
I'm not a doctor, but I do watch Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah, I watch Grey's Anatomy.
Kind of a medical professional.
Yes. And I used to watch ER and worked with all of them during my Nike days. So that's good enough. So for those of people that are prescribed antibiotics, it's super important that you do complete the entire prescription and really follow it. For people that don't, it actually causes more gut issues than if you were to finish the entire cycle of the antibiotics. And I won't get into the nitty gritty, but just that's my Living with Lori tip. If you are prescribed antibiotics, please do yourself a favor, your gut a favor, and finish the entire prescription. Don't stop it short, whether it's even a day. Finish them completely. Your gut will get completely out of whack.
Good to know.
Yes. And then one thing to help try to reset, because everybody's like, antibiotics are bad for you and they, cause this and they cause that. They're there for a reason. Mm-hmm. Right. And it's for bacteria. You can implement fermented food after you finish with your antibiotics to help reset the gut microbiome. So that's kind of my Living with Lori. Finish your antibiotics. You can do probiotics. And then fermented food's really good for your gut health.
Like your apple cider vinegar, like those, like with that.
Yeah, or like kimchi.
Oh.
You can get kimchi. You can get like Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, Sprouts. I'm sure everybody has those across the country, right? But you'll see where there's like cabbage that's fermented, or the kimchi. Doesn't need to be spicy, just fermented, because it's so good for you and help reset that gut.
I like coleslaw. Does that count?
No, it doesn't count, but good try, Amelia.
Yeah, like sauerkraut, and I can only
No.
eat coleslaw. That's my cabbage. That's as far as me and cabbage go in our relationship. Give me some good old slaw.
So then we would do probiotics for you.
Okay.
That's what we would do.
Fine. Take all the pills, just don't make me eat the foods I don't like.
Yeah. There's like 4 different things you can do to like help reset your gut after a treatment of antibiotics. So for me, they pumped antibiotics through my system for surgery through the IV. So I've been heavy on my fermented foods and my probiotics since surgery. So
okay.
Just a little tip.
Okay. Well, all good to know.
Yes.
I, like I said, do not have any procedures right now soon, but my daughter is getting her wisdom teeth taken out next Monday. So I've been asked, and I was going to do it anyways. I am recording her. Somebody did tell me, just so you know, your children can sue you if you publish that. And I said, just so you know, I can disinherit her and she won't get any of our money when we die if she sues me. But I'm totally going to record her. So part of my mom dit will be how bad she wants to strangle me after that. But in the meantime, since we talked last time, she had her birthday party and I was gone, or she had her birthday. So we were kind of postponing it. So she had 8 or 9 girls come over. That was when I had posted a while back, like, what the hell do I feed all these kids? Like, I got a lactose intolerant kid, a vegetarian, a vegan. Did you know graham crackers? Did you know graham crackers have gelatin in them? So vegans won't eat them because there's a gelatin byproduct.
Licorice as well.
Well, it's a good damn thing I got some fruit. I had some grapes and some strawberries and raspberries and pretzels. And I was
back to basics.
Oreos are vegan. So here you go. I had popcorn. I didn't bring down any real butter. It was just the fake stuff. So they were fine. But I wanted to, it's a bunch of high school girls. And it's kind of like seeing what kind of stuff they'd get up into. And at one time I heard them, I'll say, singing. It sounded not like singing. I asked if any of them were in choir and only one raised their hand. And I said, don't tell anybody that you are, because this did not sound good, girls. But I snuck down the stairs because they were in the basement and I'm recording, like, with my phone, them singing and screaming at the top of their lungs. And I get positioned down. I'm like crawling on the stairs and I put my phone just kind of around the corner so I can record them. I got spied and I got yelled at and I had to retreat back upstairs, but I did not post it because then I really would have been in trouble. We have the vegetarians and vegan, and then our basement looks like a damn hunting lodge. There are dead animals all over the walls. Oh my God. I didn't even think about it. I meant to ask, like, was she mortified when she came downstairs? And there's like a moose and an elk and a deer and a woofer and
were they downstairs then? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, maybe now the rest of them are all going to decide.
We converted the basement to a slumber room. So we have a sectional, another couch. I took the mattress off the extra bed, off of 2 extra beds, and I laid them on the floor and just made beds, and they just kind of passed out wherever. So
I love that.
Yeah, they had fun.
I can't believe you have a 15-year-old. That's amazing.
And she's the youngest. Most of her friends turned 15 a while ago. So she's
yeah. So crazy.
I know. So we also have to talk about our unsung promo heroes. So we have a new message. Again, everybody, we want to hear from you. So please send us your video so you can give some recognition to someone that's made a difference in your life, unsung or not, whether they're a mentor, a great customer service person, somebody that just props you up or has a good attitude, whatever the case may be, send them in. So now we're going to take a listen to this week's.
I have the honor this week of nominating Tiffany Kanak as the Unsung Hero of the Week. Tiffany is the Executive Director of PPA Midwest and definitely keeps us on our toes, keeps us organized, keeps us going every week. We are so grateful for everything that you do for us, Tiffany, and we are honored to work with you. We're grateful for you, and we thank you. You are definitely our unsung hero.
All right. Thank you guys. Remember, we want to hear from you. So please send your videos in. You can text them, message me, DM me, PM me, all the other M's and acronyms that Lori and I are learning. All right. Well, Lori, since you've had, I don't know if you'll remember or not, because you've been drugged up with your knee pain pills, but have you had time to binge or, get any guilty pleasures while you've been laid up for a while?
So I haven't been able to binge, but I do have a guilty pleasure. So we camped in our trailer for 4.5 months. Like I've been camping since I, was a baby. And so we've got a 25-foot trailer now that we keep in storage, but with husband too, working as a salesperson at one of the largest RV dealerships, 6 acres, hundreds of toys. There was a trade that came in about a month ago, and it is a 2004 Chinook, a Glacier.
I don't know what that is.
I'm going to send a picture so we can pop one up. So it's self-contained, right? So it's got a Ford engine, but brand new, these go for like $150,000-$60,000.
So is it one you drive? It's not a bumper pull?
Oh, no, okay. It's one you drive. And we were able, because of the, Steve working there, we were able to get it for like $49,000.
Nice.
This only has 45,000 miles on it. It is brand new. Like the wood inside is all real wood. Anyhow, we hope to take ownership of it today. So that's been my guilty pleasure which we've got to sell our other trailer because we don't need to. Yes. So that's been my guilty pleasure because I've been doing a lot of research on it and just trying to get that all organized. So that's what I've been working on.
Awesome.
What about you? What have you been up to?
I've been slacking on my shows because I've been so busy with year-end stuff with kids in school and track and football and blah, 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 blah. And it started to get nice. So that means like yard work and getting the pool going and all that. But there was a season 2 to a show that I had watched earlier when we started doing the rundown, and it's called The Wilds. And so season 2 just came out. It's on Amazon. So the premise is there are these kids who have maybe some behavioral issues, or their parents think that they need something. They're searching for something, like there's something they don't know what to do with these kids. So in the first season, it's a group of girls, and they told them they're like going on these retreats. The plane goes down. They end up on a stranded island. So spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, they find out the plane didn't go down. Like they forced it. They made it look like the plane went down. There was no trip to Hawaii. It was actually this control group that just dropped these kids to see how their survival skills would kick in and if it would change them and if it would make them a better person. So that's season 1. And then season 2, you find out that they did the same thing with boys on a different island. So they're monitoring them as the control unit to see like who figured it out, who lasted longer. And it's going back and forth and telling kind of the stories of the boys and what their background was, how they made it to the island or why they're on the island. And then there's some shady stuff. And of course it ends right on the big teaser. I'm like, no, I'm gonna have to wait like a whole another year to find out.
A year?
I don't know how long that takes.
So it's called The Wilds?
The Wilds. Mm-hmm.
I'd be pissed if somebody dropped me off and I was supposed to be going to Hawaii.
Well, they think their plane crashed. So they set it up while they're going on the plane. They're all like, woohoo, we're going. And they serve them cake or whatever. They're like, splurge. The cake was basically roofied or whatever. So then they positioned them all in the water and then left parts to make it look like the plane had gone down. But they only have what they find like in their suitcases. So they have to fend for their own food, find water, make camp, decide who's in charge. People get really hurt. People die. Like there's some serious things that have happened. A girl loses her hand. Like, it's not like I got bug bitten or a bad sunburn. Like, they are living survivor
Wow.
style for a while.
Wow.
So yeah.
That one I'll add to my list because that one sounds fascinating.
Yeah. So speaking of acronyms, Lori, I found some special ones for you.
Oh, good.
We're gonna, I did 6, 3 of them, you'll probably know them, but they're all based on the medical profession. So I thought instead of what the cool kids were saying, we were going to learn what Lori hears in the operating room, because you have some other procedures coming up. So we want you to make sure you know what the docs are saying. Okay, this one's an easy one. If a doctor or nurse uses the term BP, what are they referring to?
Blood pressure.
Good one. I knew that.
Which mine was so high, Amelia. Of course it was high.
Yeah,
So
because you're nervous.
Yeah. And they're like, don't worry, he'll be in to give you something in your IV soon. I'm like, good.
Okay, so what does PT refer to?
I'm in it right now. Physical therapy.
Yes. This one's a little gross, but I have a sixth sense of humor. If they're talking about BO, usually it's after you've had a procedure, and it's not body odor.
It's not.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Did you have to stay overnight for your surgery, or was that?
No.
Oh, this is more like if you're staying overnight and they put you under some of the things they make you do before they release you.
A bowel movement.
Yes, bowels open. Like
bowels open.
BO means bowels open. Yeah,
I've never heard that before.
I thought it was funny.
It is funny.
So this one's easy. Somebody that I see all the time for me and my family, the ENT. What does ENT stand for?
Ear, nose, and throat doctor.
Yes. Do you know what they call that doctor?
ENT.
I can never say the word. Sorry, I just put you on the spot.
No. What is it?
I have to literally read it out. It's really hard.
That's why they do ENT.
Yes, we just say the ENT doctor. Okay, this one you should know. We hear it all the time, but I don't know if people actually know what it stands for. MRI.
So it's I'm not gonna get M right. Radiology imaging.
It's M is for magnetic.
Magnetic.
And the R is resonance. Magnetic resonance imaging.
I got 1 out of the 3 right.
I didn't know. I mean, I know what an MRI is. I know they're taking a picture of you, but I didn't know what it stood for.
No, I knew there was magnetic, but because it's all, they ask you if you have got metal in your back or in your body. I'm sorry. And I tell them, yes, I do. And they said, well, you may feel some heat there. As long as it's not out of my body, I'm good. Just leave it there, please.
You're scaring me. You're scaring me. Okay, last one. SOB.
Well,
again, this is a medical abbreviation. We're not talking about husband 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're talking about a medical procedure.
SOB. Someone on bed? No.
Shortness of breath.
Oh,
good one, right?
That's a good one.
So now you'll know some stuff when you go in next time.
Yeah, they did scream at me when I was in recovery. They're like, tell her to breathe. I'm breathing. I'm talking. Like, are you sure it was me?
I wanted to make sure oxygen was still going. Yes. Okay. I have, we have not done this for a while, but I thought it'd be fun to do a little family feud.
Oh, yes. I'm ready.
One.
Okay.
And I picked this one because you've been kind of relaxing and you did this all weekend because you were healing. So again, they interviewed 100 people. These are the top 7 answers that were provided by these random so-called people. Okay, Lori, name something that makes you feel cozy.
A blanket.
Beep, beep. Yeah, number 1. Yay! What else makes you feel cozy?
A hot beverage.
Yes, a hot drink.
Nice. Something that makes me feel comfy. How about slippers?
Yes. See, you know these 100 people.
No, I don't, because it's going to get gnarly here in a second. Blanket, hot drink, slippers. Something that makes me feel comfy. What about a pillow?
No, but think in the same. Where do you keep your pillows?
In the bedroom.
Your bed.
On the bed.
Yeah, bed. Okay, Laura, you have 3 more things to guess. You have said blanket, bed, hot drink, slippers.
What about cozy sweats?
Pajamas.
Yes.
That's what you meant, right?
Everybody has their own definition of pajamas.
Yes, absolutely. Now,
go ahead.
I don't know if you have one of these in your house, but I think you had one in your camper when you're like in the mountains and it would get chilly. What do you use? Maybe you don't have one in your camper.
I'd use the propane tank to warm it. What in the camper?
I have one in my camper. Maybe I'm just extra bougie.
A heater?
Forget the camper part. When it's nice and chilly and you get cozy by a
fire?
Yes.
Nice. So, and then I had written down, what about candle?
No.
Ew.
There's one. So blanket was number 1, fireplace, bed, pajamas, hot drink, slippers. And the last one, I guess it makes you feel cozy. I guess it depends on who you are. Do you want me to tell you the last one? I don't think you'll guess it.
Tell me.
Your partner.
No.
Give me a hot drink and some slippers. All right. Well, we've ran out of time like we always do. So be sure, everyone, to comment below with your guilty pleasures. If you have a new set of acronyms, tell me. I'll look them up and we'll decipher them all together. Don't forget to nominate your unsung promo hero. Again, it can be anybody, somebody that made your day, made you smile, brought you a cup of coffee, mentored you, took a phone call, helped you out, whatever, anybody.
Yes.
And then tune in again on June 10th to hear more Living with Lori tips. And we'll see how embarrassed I want to make my daughter if I'll post any videos of her wisdom teeth.
I love it. Because she'll be out. She'll have anesthesia, so it'll be good.
The internet lasts forever, though. She'll see it when she wakes.
Yes. That is going to be a
All right. See you guys next time. Bye.